Greetings you all, y'all, and welcome to another 10 at 10. Happy Halloween, y'all. This is the 10 at 10 for October 30th of 2025.
Hey guys, I'm Tim. That's my brother Matt. We're really going to talk about 10 of the 20 trees getting listed today at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got some heavy hitters today, so make sure you watch the entire video. And we got another secret 10 that are getting listed at 10 a.m. You can find out in your weekly email from MrMaple.com.
All right, y'all, let's get right into it. We've got some fun plants. We're going to knock this out with Acer Palmatum Corallinum.
Yeah, Corallinum is an amazing, small, compact, coral pink spring color Japanese maple.
Love this one. I mean, really a great one. I mean, Cor has different groups, and he has a whole Corallinum group with spring interest. Those are those plants where the flower feels like the foliage. The foliage is so bright, it really glows and has a glowing, almost azalea-like effect for the plant. And I think Corallinum certainly brings that. This is one that's going to bring that shrimp pink color to the landscape. The foliage is going to absolutely glow. Underrated for bonsai as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful Japanese maple that just gives you that amazing shrub-like stature. So it fits in smaller spaces, but gives you that spring interest, which is just next level. Pair this out there with something else that's going to give you some just amazing color. Some things like Golden Falls are just going to play off of that pink color that you get off of this. Guys, grab you one of these today. Super popular for bonsai, great for containers or those smaller spaces.
Yeah, if you guys love DeSojo, those sell out really quick. Consider this a shorter, denser, and pinker version, guys. So a lot of great characteristics here. More of a rounded shape over time. It does pretty good in the sun. This one is pretty durable for us. I've seen it in full sun in zone 8. This tree's going to work zones 5 through 9. Grab you one today. I'm Mr. Maple. All right, guys, here's a fun one we hadn't had in a while in some amazing sizes. We're bringing back Acer Palmatum Clarabelle. Now, this one has a ton of color changes and is really special, especially in that early springtime.
Yeah, you get a lot of oranges and then to yellows. They say that there's a clown called Clarabelle, and that has that orange and yellow on that clown.
That's Howdy Doody. I looked this up. I'm a little young for Howdy Doody, but there was a Howdy Doody character that's Clarabelle that's these colors. Now, I thought it was Clarabelle from the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse because my kids are all under 8. So that's what I thought of. She's also these colors, by the way. The big cow that hangs out with Minnie Mouse.
But this is a nice upright tree. Gives you spring interest in the early spring. Vigorous, heat tolerant, and a tree that you don't see very frequently in the nursery trade.
I love it, guys. This one absolutely glows. Think of it as similar to Katsura. I do get more pink in this. There's a ton of pink going on that kind of gives it this two-tone effect. Again, another one that I think would be really dope for bonsai. So if you're a DeSojo type collector, this is another one that spring interest absolutely lights it up. This tree can get really interesting. I mean, I've had it be bright yellow with pink flushes over top of that. So kind of a glowing pink hue over top of that. Good grower at over a foot of growth a year. And very durable as well. This one's going to work zones 5 through 9.
Guys, next up, we've got Asayaki. It's a selection by our friend Neil Forcillo, sometimes known as Neil Ramsey. He's a voice actor down in the Atlanta area. And this is his selection of basically a weeping lace leaf. Gets a little more yellow when you give it sunlight. But I mean, this thing has had some intense fall colors. And we're starting to see some of those just almost vibrant pink oranges coming in right now.
Guys, this one is awesome. Very durable. We shared this one early on with Talon Buckholtz, and it caught his fancy as well. He was like, that thing's pretty sweet. Started growing a lot at Buckholtz Nursery. Low and spreading, so typically 3 feet tall, 4 to 5 feet wide in 10 years. Very compact. Can get some amazing borders to it, too, in the early spring. Sometimes we'll have a purple border with a yellowish eye. Fall color is pretty sweet. Tim was mentioning it, but you can get some really bold oranges and reds on this. I've had exquisite shades of orange on this in the fall. If you're looking for a low spreading plant that's very heat tolerant, consider this one. It was introduced in the Atlanta area. Great plant for high heat situations. And giving it some sunlight actually seems to pick up that yellow hue in the spring. What do we got next, Tim?
Guys, next up, we've got Cashmere.
This is an awesome one named by me. So it's awesome. Guys, this is a fun one. We found this as a chance seedling here at Mr. Maple. We were really impressed with its stringy foliage. Reminded us a lot of fairy hair, but it has a little bit of a twist to it as well. So it's kind of in between fairy hair and Kotonoito with a little bit more twisting foliage. Now there's some other key distinctions here as well. This tree goes to a bold red in the fall. Fast grower, vigorous, very cold hardy. This one's going to be zones 5 through 9 as well. We've had more heat tolerance and more cold tolerance for this one than we have fairy hair, making it a good substitution for people that may have a little bit more tricky climate for fairy hair.
Now, one thing too is it does have a little bit more exaggerated new growth during the summer, just like Kotonoito does. Don't worry, those leaves will come back to being very thin and have that twist to them the following year.
It's Jimmy Page's favorite tree. You can, Robert, plant one in your garden right now.
Guys, next up, we've got Acer Palmatum Bihu. It is a coral bark, but instead of that coral color, you get that yellow. So it gives you some excellent winter interest out there in the garden. And when the fall hits and you get yellow leaves and yellow bark, that's probably my favorite time of the year.
These are hitting that yellow shade right now. Absolutely love it. These are going to work zone 6 through 9, so we don't rate these down to zone 5. They make the perfect pairing with any red bark maple. So if you already have a red bark maple, Winter Red, Baton Rouge, Sir Damon, Sangukaku, this makes the perfect pairing with those. It really shows off that amazing yellow bark. I like to put these with a backdrop of conifers or next to a house or a shed, so you can kind of get that play in the garden off that contrast even when they're out of leaf. This one really glows though. It's going to leaf out a chartreuse green, very similar to Sangukaku, but go to some amazing golden yellows in the fall.
Now with Bihu, it's especially important to give it good drainage. Plant it on a berm. Keep it away from creeks or a lot of moisture. I've seen some issues when people have it in a more wet condition, as with many Japanese maples, but Bihu would be a little more sensitive to that. So plant it on a berm, make sure you've got plenty of good drainage, and you should have a healthy, beautiful Bihu out there in your garden.
We've got some great sizes. You're going to want to grab these today. You're going to be saying Bihu, maybe our most popular Japonicum 3 years running right now. We are bringing back Acer Japonicum Indian Summer.
Indian Summer is noted for having some amazing fall color, and fall color based almost on like where the sunlight hits the leaves. So you'll have patches that may be green, patches that'll be yellow, patches that'll be orange, and patches that'll be red all across one tree. It is unique in that way that you often don't have one leaf that has all those colors in it. It's spread out across the tree in larger patches of color.
Yeah, this tree was actually selected for that exact calico pattern of having many color leaves in the fall at once. Big Japonicum leaves, red tassel flowers in the spring. Great grower at over a foot and a growth a year. It can rival Emmett's pumpkin some years for growth rate, so it gets out there as an Acer Japonicum, which is really nice. We've got some excellent size 1 gallons in this. Absolutely love this. This is a lot of people's #1 plant. We ask people their top 5s all the time, so check out our top 5 videos. Pretty common for Indian Summer to be in people's top 5, if not their #1. I find it to be the top-rated Japonicum in those top 5 videos.
Yeah, I mean, it is beautiful, it is upright, it is a big Japonicum, and it has immaculate fall color. What more do you want out of a Japanese maple? This thing's amazing.
All right, guys, we've got Jetalo Orange.
Guys, Jetalo Orange, also known as Yellow Orange, is an amazing, it's one of my favorite weeping lace leaf Japanese maples. I mean, it gives you this unique shade of red in the early spring with this really nice cascading habit. Very thin lobes on each and every leaf, and then the fall colors just are immaculate.
Yeah, this one is one of my all-time favorite lace leaves, guys. A lot of times this is the orange people are seeking for fall color. I mean, I love Orangeola. You know, it's one of my favorite plants. I love its spring color and its summer color, some of the best of any. Oftentimes the photos you'll see for Orangeola online are people mixing it up with Jetalo Orange. This thing gets to an exquisite shade of orange. I love that kind of yellow-eyed to a bronze border in the early spring. This one is such a next level for a lace leaf. I think you're going to really want to add this one to your collection. If you have an area where you have multiple lace leaves, this one truly stands out.
Yeah, I mean, as a small weeping lace leaf with a unique leaf, not your typical shade of red, this one really stands out because of that fall color. Pair this out there in the garden with something like Verdis or Golden Falls, and you have something that just contrasts it in different parts of the season.
These are awesome, guys. Typically around 4 foot tall, around 6 foot wide, low and spreading with that arching umbrella type habit. Some great sizes, whether you're picking out the giant one Tim stole or the smaller one here, you're going to get a great looking plant here at MrMaple.com. All right, guys, next up we got Acer Palmatum Pastel. I already got the bigger one this time. I love Pastel. It's one of the new ghosts. Got me. I almost tried to switch them. I was assuming you'd give me the smaller one. I love Pastel. It's a new ghost from Talon Buckholes. And this one, as the name implies, has some incredible pastel shades. If you're giving this one some sunlight in the early spring, you can get some incredible shades of orange on this, a glowing hue of orange. Otherwise, in the shade, you're going to get a little bit more of that soft pastel color with pink new growth hits.
It's got this nice upright form too, so the habit reminds me something of Amber Ghost. I mean, maybe even more upright. I mean, amazing form out there in the garden. And it starts out with some deep maroons in the fall, but then that will brighten up to a bright red. So it's got some amazing fall color as well. So it brings it in the spring with those pastels, spring and the summer with the pastels, over coming off the new growth, and then in the fall as well. I mean, it's a plant for spring, summer, and fall in your garden.
Great looking sizes. Grab you one today on Mr. Maple. Guys, next up we've got Acer Palmatum Higashiyama.
Higashiyama is a classic. It's a tree from, years and years ago. It's from the Higasa region in Japan. It's actually pretty close to Tokyo. It's beautiful. This has that pink margins around each and every leaf in the early spring. It's almost like the only reticulated palmatum, where most of our other reticulated ones are really in that amenum group. The Higasayama is a classic selection from Japan, from the Hikasa region. Sometimes you'll see this spelled out Hikasa with a K, sometimes with a G. That's just pronunciation. Everyone, there are different dialects in Japan, just like there are in the United States. The name means umbrella mountain. And this tree has an umbrella-like leaf, but as it unfurls, it's often called the popcorn maple too, because it unfurls almost like popcorn, just unfurling out in the early spring with a really nice pink reticulation.
Fast growing and fairly columnar in its growth. You're going to love this one. It gets out there in the landscape, puts on over a foot of growth a year, handles a good bit of sun for us. I've been always impressed with this one's sun tolerance. Does fade a little bit in the summer in full sun, so if you're giving it some late day shade, you will hold more of that reticulation late in the season. Crazy pinks and purples this one. I love the color changes. Bold red is typically the fall color. Something people don't talk about this one is this typically keeps a fairly narrow footprint, especially as a younger plant. Even in 10 years, this one isn't much wider than 5 to 6 feet wide. Absolutely love the shape of it, and great for bonsai as well. This is one that's been very commonly used in Japan for a variegated bonsai. It's one that's kind of probably the more popular of the variegated forms.
Yeah, and that pink reticulation in the early spring goes to a cream after. Late summer, you get almost like a green on green, and then new growth during the summer is a solid green. But don't worry, that solid green will return back with that pink reticulation the following year.
I've never had Higasayama revert. This one actually is easy to root and air layer. So if you're a bonsai person interested in doing this one, I know personally, this is a variegated tree that does root well. Great plant overall and a good grower in the landscape. These are grafted. But you can put this one out and make plenty of air layers and things from that if you're looking to do bonsai. This plant is an awesome one in the landscape, though. I mean, get this out. That spring display is going to just blow you away, and it's absolutely one of the best growers for a variegated plant. All right, guys, next up, we've got the Batman tree. Talon's a big Batman fan. Talon, if you're watching, I know he wears Batman pajamas. Dude is a huge Batman fan, longtime reader of Batman comics. Love this one. Acer palmatum Dark Knight.
So Talon actually said in his blog that if he knew it had to do anything with that Batman BS, he would have never named it Dark Knight at all.
That's not true at all. He loves Batman. He showed me his Batman collection of action figures. Talon, if you're watching, I know you love Batman. Don't be afraid to tell people.
Dark Knight is an amazing, upright, reticulated, and it's...
What's that? Sorry, Talon. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was just a joke, man.
It's purple. It's got this really nice dark reticulation all throughout each and every leaf. It's upright, 10 to 12 feet in 10 years. It's one of those new ghosts that's just amazing. And if you're talking about a upright, almost improved version of Purple Ghost, that's Dark Knight. And I love the name because I'm a big Batman fan. And it really fits in well with everything about this tree.
Yes, sir. I know it was a dumb joke. Tim put me up to it. We'll talk later. Yeah, it was his idea. Later. Guys, that's our 10 at 10 for today. We hope you have an awesome Halloween. We've got some amazing plants today on the 10 at 10. Now, this is just a reminder, this is just 10 of the 20. There are another 10 appearing in that email, so make sure you sign up for the email. There's some really good stuff in there.
Y'all take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.